my screen so that we can move into the break. That gives everybody 10 minutes to recover from 2 intensive sessions, I think. Again, get yourself a cup of coffee or take a bio break or whatever. And maybe, Johnny, you could take over at this point.
Yes. It's a break anyway, so there is not much to say for 10 minutes. But so just a quick reminder, as part of Analytics and Data Oracle user community, there is a subgroup which focuses only on spatial and graph, so the spatial and graph SIG. You find the various links that you can see on the screen right now. There is a LinkedIn group, there is a Twitter account, there is an email address that is also used to send out communication. More generically, you can find the A&D you use in newsletter. You have the link on screen. So it's a newsletter about machine learning, analytics, some content about spatial and graph as well. So feel free to visit all those places and obviously join us on the Slack channel. That's where you find all the people and you can ask questions after the talks as well.
Good. So with that, that gives us 7 or 8 minutes or so until the next session. So while we're waiting for Melly to go online, as I said, feel free to take a break, and we'll be back in a few minutes. So as I was already sharing my Slack workspace here, I was just taking a look who has already joined, and for those who want to use the break to actually take a look at what the Slack workspace looks like, I can show you what it looks like. And as this is all very public, I don't have a problem in sharing the Slack workspace. Let me just quickly get that over to you. Here we are. So for those of you who are not so familiar with Slack, this is what it looks like. And we have the possibility to do direct messages between you and anyone you pick and choose. Here's all the folks who are on that workspace. For example, if you are interested in joining one of your local Oracle user groups, there are people, representatives from the different geographies. Gianni, for one, is representing the Italian Oracle user group. Dan here.
I will say the Swiss one mainly.
Okay, I always see you as the fake Italian. Yes. But I think you're more active in the Italian Oracle user group than in the Swiss one, aren't you?
Things are changing.
Okay.
So let's say I represent Central Europe.
Okay, that's a good way of putting it. Okay, but we have folks like Dan Barkwood here, who is on the board of the Dutch Oracle user group. We have Dan Valamis, who's a very active board member of the Analytics and Data Oracle user community. There's loads of folks you can directly get in touch with, or if you have any specific topics on graphs, stick them into the channels. If you have general questions, I was mentioning earlier on that you can use the Slack channel also to suggest things, right? If you have something interesting to talk about, if you have something to present, if you have project or experience which you would like to share with the rest of the community, feel free to suggest things here or ask questions to a wider audience. I mean, one thing which you may get answers on is how to get started, maybe, or whatever. So there are your different channels, and yeah, clearly it's all open, it's all public. The direct messages are not public; they're just between you and the person. It can be one or more, which you can select here. But the channels here, they are public, and thanks to Carrie, not only for running and organizing this event, but also for putting all the relevant links into the Slack workspace. You can find them again here. So if you want to join the Analytics and Data Summit user group on LinkedIn, that's here. We also have a dedicated spatial and graph user group on LinkedIn. So maybe that's what you want to do. If anybody's got questions on that, feel free to put things in here. Right, so that was what I wanted to use the short little break for from my perspective. And with that, I think I'll shut up now, finally. And Gianni, in like 2 minutes time or so, I guess it'll be your turn to introduce Melly. I think Melly is online. I think I've seen Melly already.
Yes, hi Hans. Let me use this time to check my audio so you can hear me, okay?
Absolutely, it works perfectly.
Well. Perfect. So maybe I could start sharing my screen. Should I do that?
If Hans can just stop his own first, because I am not allowed to do it. Okay, yeah. Now you can try.
Okay. Can you see my screen in slideshow mode?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
So we just still have to wait like close to 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we will be ready to do some machine learning, apparently.
Apparently. You see, I'm a graph enthusiast and learning about machine learning. So
yeah. I say it fits really well because we had little to no time at the beginning in the introduction talk to cover it. So I say that's the perfect match. No time in the first session to cover it. Well, there is another session coming with it. So here we are.
Yes, and we could even use the introductory session as an appetizer, right? Hoping that folks have stayed on and join us here now.
Right. It's not going to be easy to follow up 2 excellent sessions, but we'll see how that goes.
I'm sure you'll do a great job, Melly.
I mean, nobody will maybe trust me, but I'm maybe not objective. I can clearly say machine learning with graph really take a different twist. It's really something that people have to look into it because it really gives you an extra thing. So it's an unknown topic, I must say, but it's really give me really great result. So I really hope a lot of people will listen to the coming session and they will start doing it.
Yeah. It's amazing what you can do today with so many different libraries that are available to do machine learning and so many different products to do graphs, and you can just bring them together in so many different ways and it can work. Yeah, it can be very powerful.
Yeah. Good. So if my clock is not wrong, it's about time. So